now our second speaker in this part of the symposium is Ramona Covrig. Good morning, Ramona. Good to see you. Ramona joins us from Romania. If you unmute, yeah, okay.
Bună dimineața.
Thank you. Now I can hear you.
Good morning. I am so happy for the invitation. I would like to thank Mara for encouraging me to present today.
May I just introduce? I'll just introduce you, Ramona, if that's okay. So Ramona has sent to everyone a document that goes with her speech today, and Martin has circulated that to everyone, and it's been translated into Ukrainian as well. So hopefully everyone is able to see that. And she is a couples therapist in private practice and founder and chair of the Institute of Adlerian Psychology and Psychotherapy, and vice president of the Romanian Federation of Psychotherapy. And she's going to speak about love as a guiding light in times of war, refuge and source of strength. Thank you very much, Ramona.
Thank you for the very beautiful presentation. I feel so responsible every time, even more responsible right now for what we practice, what we are all practicing. I will try to use the 15 minutes wisely for my presentation. But I would like to tell you a little bit how I found this topic. I will make the story short. I am couple psychotherapist for more than 18 years, and I've been working with love for all this time. I wrote about it, and everything I wrote focused on this topic of love. And that was for me a sort of lobby. My practice was a lobby for love. But I would like to talk about a habit that I've had lately. That is in my free time during the evening, when it gets dark, I like to look at the map of the sky, to admire it. And I've been doing that all the time, but lately something has changed. Every time I look at the sky, it seems like a star stays there, stuck, without moving, only one, the North Star. And that's how I thought of this topic. What is Stella Maris for navigators during the storms? What can that represent for us? This North Star, the love. And the topic that I chose is related to love, because love is Stella Maris. Of all those who are going through crises, through storms, through hard times. I know that what I will say, what will follow, is familiar for you, but my purpose is to remind you of this star of love, and that compassion is the North Star of humanity. And I would like to present here and talk to you about how love can save us, how important it is, because it can shine during war, it can offer comfort, it can help people overcome hardships, because love is in us. It produces hope, it inspires us. In front of war, the power of love can shine further on, like a torch. I was looking at patients during peacetime, and every time they have pain and go through suffering, love takes them out of darkness. And I think the same love can shine even in such situations like war, with our colleagues going through these hard times, when I'm thinking of all those who are now in the midst of this conflict, in these dark times, in the midst of this hopelessness, love helps us go through everything. It feeds from compassion, from warmth, from affection. It represents the highest sign of humanity and manifests through acts of kindness, empathy, and solidarity. Through love, people have the courage to lift themselves above difficulties, pains produced by war. It is a force that exceeds boundaries, and some people might, all the people should find it as a common element of humanity, because love stirs courage in front of helplessness and gives hope. Love in wartime shows our innate desire to encourage and support one another. Even what we do at this moment is out of love. Love can be the most beautiful form or most authentic form of belonging and significance. Alfred Adler said that the primordial need of human being is the one of belonging, of having a place. Being loved means having a nest, a shelter in somebody's heart. To be loved or love means have witnesses in your life, because love makes you feel that you belong to somebody, to somewhere, that you have courage, that you can do things. Love makes you feel fulfilled. We at Lyrians speak of 4 basic needs, crucial needs. It's very important to be fulfilled. Probably in times of war, part of these needs are diminished, sometimes absent. And there is also the need of connection, of contact, of feeling capable, and the need to be encouraged or to have courage. Love can be a shelter, a soothing place, a place for protection in the midst of storms, can be food for security and for belonging. The place where you can feel emotionally connected, where the connection exists, that's where you feel understood, appreciated, wanted. This shelter, emotional haven, emotional shelter, can give birth to belonging and soothing. You can notice that I am encouraging staying close to love, being in love. The primordial need of human beings is to belong. And in this case, love can become actually the floor for us, the ground, the foundation. And we're speaking of teleology of emotions. Telos means purpose, but Adlerian psychotherapists work as detectives somehow, searching for evidence, for the explanation of behaviors. If emotions have purpose, if I were to use a metaphor, it's like a fuel for the car, though it's the same for us. We live with emotions. And we need all the spectrum of emotions and feelings, from worrying, helplessness, sadness, to compassion, empathy, hope, gratitude. Gratitude for the moments of love and emotional connection, determination in supporting the dear ones, in showing care, are parts of our experiences, are common elements. And if emotions are fuels for our actions, when love is in action, the result is seen in our choices, in our actions, in self-sacrifice acts, the protection of the dear ones, helping those in need, even with the risk of our lives. compassion, offering help for those who suffer, heroism acts, courage, bravery in front of dangers. Love can encourage efforts to reconciliate, to overcome differences with those in conflict, searching for common grounds, for bridges, acts of kindness, of warm connection, solidarity, creativity. A solidarity act is what we do right now, even out of love, and acts of commemoration, because love is the one that is enacted through this commemoration and memory attributed to the lost ones. Love is a resource of inner power. It offers emotional support, gives direction, gives purpose, even in a life full of difficulties, because love is in our hearts, is in ourselves. In times of war, well, dear ones, go to war. You can lose persons you love, but the love you have inside, the love that stays in you, the strong love, makes you feel not alone and makes you feel like the other one is alive near you. Love acts like a positive lens. It offers a positive perspective over life, even in hard times. When you go through hardships, it offers a peaceful perspective overview, full of compassion. Love can be a protection mechanism, an adaptive mechanism in stress. Love can be the strength that you need to keep yourself alive and go forward. It's the highest feeling that we have, the feeling that leads to humanity. And to define empathy is like hearing with the other's ears, is seeing with others' eyes, is feeling with others' emotions. This is probably the definition of love altogether. In how many ways love can be expressed during war, we cannot imagine unless we are there on the field. How many love letters have been written, how many love declarations have been said or not said, conversations, meetings, hasty meetings, acts of devotion, all proving the courage and the sustainable power of love that exceeds distance and risks, that goes further. Therefore, love is strongly expressed, love for friends, for pets, because every time we see somebody leaving, well, the person who left sometimes try to take care of a little cat or a little dog so that they are not alone. They protect somebody. Then we have the love for country. Love for one's country inspires people to sacrifice themselves for the common good through acts of heroism, through sacrifices behind the front line, or protecting, defending the ideals, the values that ones have. And then we have the love for oneself that helps us not to lose ourselves, keep our self-esteem, our self-respect. Let's not forget about self-care, self-love, empathy, compassion has to be towards ourselves as well. I'm thinking of our colleagues, psychotherapists. They must have so many worries to take care of the souls of all those people who need help and are in need. I would like for them to take care of their own self as well, their own soul, to show care and compassion for themselves, to keep themselves healthy. In the material that I sent towards you, you shall read some stories I have a very short story that I would like to bring under discussion about mother and daughter who are waiting for the husband and father to give some signs from the front. The husband left to fight, and he left right at the beginning of the war, and they show hope and love, and this love guides them throughout their lives. So they have started to learn the language of the country that they found a refuge in. She's hoping to become a teacher. Mother has become a tailor. She got hired, and when they were asked what makes them go forward, what is the fuel for them, what is the emotion that pushes them ahead and offers them hope, they said love. Love for father, love for the husband.
As I've said so far, love connects, and love is hope. Is hope and delivers optimism because it's an antidote in the end. It connects us emotionally. It heals us. It builds bridges, makes you move, motivates you. It's fuel for your actions, for your soul, and makes you have the courage and bravery to do everything you want. Love honors our differences and applauds what we have in common. Maybe this is enough, my lobby. I would like to make a quick recap. Love is refuge and comfort, a source for power and hope. It inspires people and feelings. It transforms, it heals, it gives us plenty of possibilities and reminds us of our humanity and the power of overcoming obstacles. Let's stick to love. Let's believe in love. Let's encourage those warm connections, understanding, and let's try to fill this gap and to be human altogether. Because if you're human, you're just like us. Because in my free time, I write poetry. I was thinking that maybe this poem is fit for the occasion. Love is my mother, my sister, my brother, my cup of water, my piece of bread, my evening kiss, and the hot prayer, and the blue sky, and tomorrow. Thank you.
Thank you, Ramona, for a very beautiful and inspiring presentation. Thank you very much. You've given us great heart. And thank you for your document as well. And I read in it what you say about the importance of the bond between comrades in times of war. I'll just read you what you wrote. In the trenches of all wars, soldiers can form strong bonds of brotherhood that can be compared to the love of siblings. These vital bonds provide connection, strength, emotional support, and solidarity in the darkest days of war. And I feel as though that's particularly true for the Ukrainian soldiers, in terms of what I understand has happened, that that in the face of such a devastating war and invasion and cruelty, the Ukrainian soldiers have formed strong bonds with each other that have meant that they can become a strong fighting force because they support each other, as you say, just like siblings. So that's also so important, that relationship and the strength it gives and the resilience that it gives. so important to us in our symposium today. Have I understood you correctly there? Is that what you mean?
Da.
Yes. Thank you so much for expressing it so well and for focusing precisely on this detail. I wrote this a couple of weeks ago in a very quiet place. Then maybe I changed a bit my speech, but my speech is very connected to my text. And if you read the text, you'll find much more detail. I hope you will enjoy it, or maybe you'll find it useful, and maybe you will make you feel as it made me feel. While I was publicly expressing this feeling of love, which I perfectly know personally and through the work I do for such a long while, I can say that I believe that war and the love during war grows, potentiates more than ever. Or the power of love is taking you higher than ever before during war. We never want to take these conclusions, to draw these conclusions, to understand that love is at the center and core of everything. But since this happened and we have this opportunity of connecting these two, why not? It was hard for me to accept to talk to you because I was wondering, how should I talk to you? What should I say? From which perspective? And then I had a moment and I realized if I feel the pain and you feel the pain, you will relate to what I'm telling you. So if your suffering is my suffering, this unites us, the healing power of love. Thank you. Thank you so much for giving me the opportunity and the courage as well to speak to you as well. This is what I wanted to say from the beginning. Thank you, Mara Priceputu, for giving me the courage to speak to you about love, because otherwise I would have been a quiet listener. This would have been very good, but I think this is better. Thank you very much for everything you do today and for everything that happens today.
Thank you so much, Ramona. And please do have a look at the comments in the chat. Someone wrote that what you have said is a soothing cream for our souls, which is a very beautiful thing. Okay. Thank you very much. Okay. Yes.